Hey guys, welcome back to the Meadows YouTube channel. It's been 3 weeks since I've last posted a video. I'm so sorry. It's been a couple of busy few weeks for me, but I am back and I have been mentally preparing some recipes for you guys and I can't wait to share them with you. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I've been anticipating today for some time now as our freezer is empty. We are running low. We have finished all of our grass-fed food from Meadows Farm. And now that we mainly get our food from Meadows Farm, we had to kind of wait for our next order to come in. So we've been living off of salmon, bacon, and burgers. But I'm excited for a little bit more nutrient density. And I'm gonna do a little bit of a farm haul. So I'm gonna show you guys what I got. We got 3 bags like this, and I'm gonna go through each bag. So let's begin. Okay, so the first thing that we got is beef tongue. We always get beef tongue. So we got a couple. Not in this bag, but I'll find some more for sure. I love beef tongue. It is so fairly priced, you guys. So when people say that it's not affordable to eat on this diet, I beg to differ, especially if you want to go for the nose to tail, so like the organ meats. It is so affordable to eat on this diet. Actually, the tongue, the heart, the liver, you'll find that even when you buy grass-fed and finished, it does tend to be cheaper than your cuts of steak. So even non-grass-fed steak, so a corn-fed steak at Metro or let's say Loblaws, which are Canadian grocery stores, a ribeye or a sirloin will go for at least $19 a pound, anywhere up to $34 a pound I've seen. And it's corn-fed, okay? Like that's absurd to me. But this is kind of what a tongue looks like. And I've showed in my other videos how you can make this. I've only made it in a pressure cooker. You could do it in a slow cooker. It's absolutely delicious and very, very versatile. You could use it for like a main meal, or you could eat it the next day cold. You could throw it in a broth. So that's that. And a sirloin tip steak. So it's been a while since we've gotten grass-fed steaks because they are a little bit more on the pricey side, but we decided to treat ourselves and we went ahead and got some sirloin tips. These are more on the affordable side. And as you can see, they're quite lean because it is grass-fed. Grass-fed meat will be a lot leaner, and they do have a more gamier taste. So I know not many people are big fans of that, but we love it. And with a steak like this, we'd usually pair it with a lot of crunchy beef fat or like something fattier on the side, because this is a lot of protein. What's in this magic bag? So we got 2 ribeyes. These guys are a little bit more fattier, as you can see. And yeah, we love them. We actually, when we first started this way of eating, I'd say for the first like 6 months, we were pretty Sean Baker style in the sense that we ate steak, water, salt, like steaks all day, every day. And gradually we started incorporating salmon, eggs, hamburgers, ground beef, and now we're lucky if we even eat steak once a week, which is fine with us. Honestly, I think like our diet has kind of evolved into what it is today, and for us that means variety, keeping things interesting, having a couple of staples. So our staples are definitely the beef tongue, beef heart, ground beef, a roast a week, whether that is like a brisket or a cheaper cut of roast, like a shoulder roast or rump roast. So yeah, it's not steaks every day for us anymore. I think steaks are a little bit of a luxury, just because we are trying to move a little bit more towards eating grass-fed and finished, and contributing to the regenerative agriculture movement that is really important to us. And that's not to say that we will not eat corn-fed meat, but when we can, we will always try to prioritize grass-fed. So, on to the next, shoulder roast. This is a pretty lean roast, once again. So when we get something lean like this, we will always try to pair that meal with crispy beef fat or like cod liver, just to kind of make sure that our fat to protein ratio is a good amount more on the fatty side. And shoulder roasts are much more affordable than your brisket, so we always try to get a couple of these, and they do last us about 2 days. Ooh, my favorite. Okay, so we've got a beef brisket. So this is about 1.4 kilograms. Super fatty, and this is grass-fed and grass-finished. I always find that whenever I eat corn-fed brisket, I don't generally feel that well. So we kind of tested that out to see if it was just brisket in general, maybe it was too fatty, and we got grass-fed beef brisket. This will be probably my third one since that self-experimentation, and I feel amazing after I eat the brisket. So I've heard that a lot of the toxins in animals get stored in the fat, so that's why we do try to buy our fatty cuts of meat from a grass-fed and finished source, just because you want to eliminate as much toxins as you can storing in that fat. So I know when I eat this, I don't have to worry that I'm like eating any toxins, and I feel good about the food choices that I'm making and the fact that we are supporting our local farmers. And this is something new. I've never actually tried this. It is called pork jowl. So Stephanie, my internet friend, introduced me to this. So Stephanie, if you're watching, I'm so excited. I'm gonna definitely have to ask you for a recipe. And yeah, it kind of looks like pork belly. Like you've got that thick layer of fat or skin. I think the jowl is this part. And yeah, I'm so freaking excited. I will do a video on how to make this once I figure out how to do it. Okay, so we've got nose to tail ground beef. This stuff is to die for. I never get regular ground beef anymore. So nose to tail ground beef, what that means is that it's already been mixed up with organ meats. So you've got, I'm not exactly sure, so don't quote me on this. I will fact check and put it in the little info section down below. I believe it has liver, beef, tongue, heart. So it's already mixed in with organs. This is great for someone that can't really tolerate the taste of organ meats, doesn't really like liver. You really can't taste it in the ground beef, and it makes for a great burger, or if you want to just kind of stir it up with some eggs and in a pan, that's also great. I love these, and I try to, if I can, if I have it in the freezer, eat this once a week. I split it with Daniel, and sometimes I finish his if he can't finish it because it's so good. And something new that we tried, which honestly, you guys, Mike and your family, you guys are awesome. I don't know of any other farmer that does this. I'm sure there are others out there, but this is high fat ground beef. So you know when you go to the store and all you see is lean ground beef, lean ground pork, lean everything, because fat is bad, right? wrong. So fat is actually amazing for you, and we should all be consuming animal fats. So what a better way to consume fat than in your ground beef. And something else that's new that we got that we've never tried before from Meadows Farm are pig ears. Looks kind of weird. But I've had pig ears before when I was younger in Romania, back home. My grandparents used to have their own pigs. I'm pretty sure they were corn-fed, but and who knows what else. But I had pig ears. We would just kind of roast it over the fire, and they were delicious. I was very young, so I can't remember the taste, but I can remember I loved them. So I'm super excited to try these. So we're done bag 1. Let's move on to bag 2. Okay, so we are on to bag number 2, and I'm realizing I don't know if we're going to be able to fit all of this in our freezer, but we will deal with that when the time comes. So bag number 2, I feel like I'm opening up like it's, you know, Christmas Day or something. I don't know what's in each bag. We might have duplicates because this is 2 orders accumulated. This is beef heart. So this is another staple, beef heart, beef tongue. We try to have this every week, every other week. And beef heart is a little bit more, I think, has more fat on it than the tongue. And it is, like the tongue, very fairly priced. Another tongue. This is not the fat. This is actually the outer skin, outer layer of the tongue that you have to peel off once the tongue has been boiled, although it does look like fat. Another beef heart. Running out of space here. Another beef heart. Bone marrow. This stuff is great. I've been making a lot of kind of desserts with this, so doing like the bone marrow pancakes. And frankly, I'm really looking forward to just roasting these and scooping them out. And I actually love to do that on top of a nose to tail hamburger. So we'll grill a hamburger, and we can also grill bone marrow bones or bake them in the oven and then scoop the marrow onto the burger. It's kind of like a sauce. The most nutrient dense meal you could ever have. So yeah, we got 2 bags of bone marrow. A short rib steak. That looks good. Haven't had this. I don't think we've tried this. Just kind of showing you the fat on that. So I'm pretty excited for this. I feel like because it's a little bit more on the pricier side, and I do see it more of like a luxury having these grass-fed steaks. We'll probably share this and have it with some eggs and maybe some salmon roe. Not that we have any salmon roe, but I do want to get some just to kind of split it into 2 meals. Another sirloin tip steak. I believe I had one in the first bag. This is more of the lean cut. Probably would share this one too, to be honest with you. And I would just lightly sear this one on both sides so that it's definitely medium rare. Otherwise it will probably be too chewy. Another short rib steak. Lots of fat. Another sirloin tip steak. So I realized we kind of went crazy with the steaks, but not as crazy as like the first time we ordered with Meadows Farm. I believe we got like, I don't know if it was like a full half a cow, or I don't know, don't remember. But we had steaks for days, and yeah, it can get a little bit tiring eating just steaks. And I think that's when we realized, hold up, we gotta switch things up a bit, and now we're all about variety. More nose to tail ground beef, nose to tail ground beef, nose to tail ground beef, high fat ground beef, high fat ground beef, and high fat ground beef. You can see the difference in it. So this is the nose to tail, and that's the high fat over here, high fat. That's pretty cool. I'm happy that farmers are doing high fat ground beef. I would say if you haven't found someone that does do that, or you think that you don't know anyone, try to ask your local butcher. I mean, I don't see why not. Doesn't hurt to ask, right? Okay, so that's bag 2. Let's move on to bag number 3. All right, so we are on to bag 3, and I'm growing seriously concerned about where I'm gonna store all of this. I only have like a regular freezer. This is kind of messed up. Anyways, let's go through the rest. We got beef shank, aka osobuco. I made a video about this. It's like I think it's a leg part, and I love it because it's like a kind of like a tender steak, but with a bone marrow. So looks like that. Got the bone marrow in there, and this, like, I am shocked at how reasonably priced this is. So I'm like making a video, and Daniel's on the balcony laughing, so I can't edit this part out. It's too late, but hope you guys enjoy it. Another little beef shank. Another beef shank. Whoa! Some more pig ears. These were super cheap, so that's why I kind of stocked up. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I think I may have to share these with my family, my mom. Bring back some nostalgic moments. Hopefully get her on the animal-based bandwagon a little bit more. Isn't that always the goal, to get our parents to eat this way? More pig ears. More. I have like a hill of meat here. Another pig ear. Holy. Okay. Another pig ear. Okay, I think we're done with pig ears. Oh man, my favorite. So we got these last time from Wild Meadows, and I am hooked. And I believe these are reasonably priced because you get so full off of them. Sometimes I can't even finish them, and they last me for 2 meals. And they are lamb ribs. Like the size of my head. Lamb ribs. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, look at that one. 5. This is like the real size of my head. Okay. And this guy's thick. So good. Look at all that fat. Oh my goodness. I have to do a recipe video for these. I've perfected the recipe, and it's not fair for me not to share it with the world. And last but not least, I got 2 more beef briskets. I love beef brisket. Look at that fat cat. Oh my goodness. So that's all for the farm haul. It's been a while. We don't order too often because we eat literally everything that we get, so it takes us some time to go through everything. So when we do order, we kind of bulk up. This was we haven't had a big order like this in a while, but I think it's because we've made the executive decision to kind of go more grass-fed, down the grass-fed route. We are fortunate enough to be able to afford grass-fed. Now, mind you, like, we can't get everything that we want grass-fed, but we kind of use our knowledge, and we're lucky enough that like all of these things are reasonably priced, so we know how to stay within our budget. We have figured out how much food we need daily, weekly, monthly. So it took us a while, but we are here, and I think we're in it for the long run. So I think, why not, if we're going to be in it for the long run, why not find the most like environmentally sustainable way to eat animal-based while still supporting fellow local farmers. I did post like some of the prices of the meat cuts, and that was just to kind of show you that here, at least in Canada, in Ontario where we are, it is quite affordable to eat this way. Mind you, if you go on the corn-fed spectrum, I think it can be a little bit cheaper as well if you're going to buy ground beef, chicken, things like that. Even some cuts of steak can be way, way cheaper than grass-fed, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of an insight on how this way of eating is not impossible financially. And I hope that was helpful, and if you guys see anything here that you have any questions about, or if you'd like me to try a specific recipe or kind of show you how I cook something, just let me know. You can leave a little comment below, or any feedback that you have. I really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy my other 2 videos on the screen, and I'm going to be dropping a really, really interesting video next week. It is something that probably most of you haven't heard before. It has to do with panko, so pork rinds, but that's all I'm going to say. Anyways, guys, have a great week. Take care.